Hello, beautiful viewers. Dom Thought through the cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, let me elicit the box. What tangible item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty box? Let's find out. Let me demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Bear with me. It will only take me billions of pocket seconds to extract the item from the box. I have drawn forth the one and only envelope. What item is encompassed inside this envelope? Let's find out. Let me ravage the packaging. I am feeble, I am dainty, I lack physical prowess, therefore this can take ample time. I need to penetrate through the packaging. I need to puncture a hole in the packaging. I have made an aperture in the packaging. Now I can just expand it. And voila, I have drawn forth the one and only illustrious, notorious, sadistic, malicious Foot Tech Ninja, who's derived from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure line. He's based off the 2003 TMNT series. Is he a paradigm of perfection? Is he the epitome of perfection? Is he the embodiment of resounding perfection? Let's find out. Let's meticulously analyze him. Let's scrutinize him. Let's assess him. Is he flawless? No facets? Well, he only has a very finite amount of points of articulation. That's one of his salient flaws. He seems to have some sort of peg hole in the back. Maybe he's supposed to wield some accessories. This figurine is devoid of any accessories. If you procure him new via Amazon or new via eBay, then you will receive accessories amid purchasing him. However, I procured him used via eBay for under $5. So, because I purchased him for a bargain price, I didn't receive any accessories with him, which is a real shame and a real pity. But I'm not going to pay nearly quadruple the price just to procure some accessories that may be consigned to a drawer, that may be relegated to a shelf. But he can be flaunted on one of my shelves with my other figurines. He coincides well with a 6-inch action figure line. He is roughly 5 inches tall, so he's part of a 5-inch action figure line. However, he does scale well with a 6-inch action figure line because he's only an inch shorter than 6-inch action figures. But of course, your sentiments about him coinciding well with a Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figure collection may be disparate from mine. I believe he blends in well. He's nimble, he's agile, he's swift, he can move around in an expeditious manner, he can trounce nearly anyone within his path, he can pummel them to death, and if you equip him with a katana or some other type of sword, you'll be able to sever any adversaries within his vicinity. Now, I'm cutting it out with some metaphors, but he does have the capability to swivel his wrists, as you can clearly see. He lacks a ball joint in the knees. His knees lack a single joint. Some action figures have double jointed knees. This figurine does not. He can swivel his head, apparently, or rotate it. He can swivel his forearm. Horizontally. but not vertically. So he does have ample limitations, but he does emulate his appearance in the TMNT cartoon series. He instills trepidation in the hearts of his adversaries. He'll maul his adversaries to death. He'll pulverize them. You could equip him with a clone trooper's gun. This unseemly. And maybe. But he still looks radical. He looks audacious. He has a temerity to charge in the fray battle. And shred anyone within his path. How can he shred them? Well, he can utilize a sword and slice and dice them, which can subsequently lead to their demise. But I'm cutting now with the antics. He is a decent figure. For over $5, I'm gratified that I purchased him. I used to own him in the past, before I lost my action figure collection that I couldn't afford to retain because I couldn't afford to have them in the storage unit perpetually amid being a full-time student. However, I managed to regain this action figure even though I lack the accessories for him. I'm glad that he's not marred with scratches, and this time he's out of the packaging. He's not relegated to a box that harbors mold. He's out of the packaging. He's a nice hunk of plastic. He can be flaunted on your shelves, displayed with your other action figures. He's quite menacing. He does truly denote a deadly ninja. Well, let me revamp that. That sounded atrocious. His appearance denotes that he's a deadly ninja. He's potent in melee combat. So, this figurine is stupendous in nearly all facets. His limited points of articulation are disappointing, but are some more of his drawbacks or shortcomings or foibles? Well, other than that, there's not really anything else. That would be a deterrent for me to buy the figure. But yet again, Playmates action figures have a very finite amount of points of articulation. So it's not expected that they have a copious amount of points of articulation as Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figures had. Now, when you compare him to a 6-inch action figure, such as Sub-Zero, he doesn't look significantly shorter, he's just a little bit shorter. However, the newer Playmates TMNT action figures are an inch shorter than their 2003 counterparts, which is a real shame and a real pity, since the standard has exacerbated, it hasn't been enhanced. So the Foot Ninja is a bit taller than Leonardo, nearly an inch, and Sub-Zero is significantly taller than Leonardo. Seems as though nearly every action figure dwarfs Leonardo, with the caveat of the Tommy Pokemon figurines. So this figurine is spectacular. I love his paint applications. I love his aesthetics. I love his shadings. I love his textures. I love his deco. It's just a spectacular figurine, and he comes with some weapons if you procure him new, or if you're fortunate enough to stumble upon a used version of him with the corresponding accessories on eBay for an affordable price. But for under $4, I'm not complaining. So for this purchase, I would rate the purchase a 5 out of 5. But if I do review the product as a standalone product with its accessories for the retail price of nearly $8, then I would have to give it 4.5 out of 5, because even though it would come bundled with accessories, his finite points of articulation are just disappointing. I would have preferred if this figurine could articulate himself more, so he's more mobile, so that you can place him into dynamic poses. But it's not the end of the world. He's not fully pre-posed as some other figures are. Unlike a Skylander, he could be placed in a dynamic pose. So he's not pre-posed. You could customize his pose. Just yet again, the finite amount of points of articulation just agitate me, they infuriate me, they irritate me, but it is what it is. I shouldn't get myself stressed out over it. It's out of my control. But I'm not disappointed. I'm relatively gratified. I'm content with this purchase. I'm moving on. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. I recommend and advocate and endorse procuring this figurine if you could stumble upon him for under $5. You likely will not be disappointed. This figurine is in practically pristine condition. He's practically unscathed. I did not notice any major blemishes. He's not marred with scratches. Hopefully yours is not either if you happen to possess him, but this figurine is definitely extraordinary. I'm gratified with this decision, and in hindsight, in retrospect, I would have repeated the same decision in this scenario. I wouldn't have modified my decision. Now if this figurine cost $10, then I would have changed my perspective. But for under $5, certainly, for under $5, he certainly merits the asking price. I'm done incessantly repeating myself. I'm sorry if this video was a bit redundant, but this figurine's epicness is just ineffable. I'll just end it there. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.